It is sad that you think that we are so stupid that we don't know what you're doing. You are teeing us up for another lockdown no matter what you say. And Mr. Biden, by letting in illegals nonstop, 1 million from January to today, and that's an understatement, you are guaranteeing that we will never be free of your totalitarian impulse to control us. Is the Biden administration recklessly endangering American citizens by allowing infected illegals from some of the poorest countries in the world, where medical care is rare and vaccinations even more rare, to not only enter our country, but to then hand them over to non-government organizations like the Catholic Charities?
What's happening is when Border Patrol drops folks off at a charity, the charity gets overloaded, and then they drop them off at a hotel without even telling the local officials, and that's not right. The charity needs to tell the local officials, especially if there are COVID positive. And what I'm asking on the Biden administration is to do a pause. Do a pause.
When Texas Governor Greg Abbott had enough of Biden's releasing COVID-infected illegals into Texas border towns, he issued an executive order that barred the ground transportation of migrants who could be carrying COVID-19. Biden AG Merrick Garland threatened the governor to immediately rescind his executive order because it was, quote, both dangerous and unlawful. He said that the governor of Texas was, quote, jeopardizing the health and safety of non-citizens in federal custody. Notice his concern is for non-citizens, not American citizens. Yet the federal government wants us, American citizens, to mask up, even if we've been vaccinated, even when we're inside. Nancy Pelosi tells Congress and staff to mask up in the people's house or face arrest and fine. The truth? The Biden administration failed at their effort to get us vaccinated by July 4th, and now we have to pay the price. But it's not just their failed message that is creating so much mixed confusion. It's their hatred of Donald Trump from the beginning that caused people to hesitate to get the vaccine.
Let's just say there's a vaccine that is approved and even distributed before the election. Would you get it?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us. I will say that I would not trust Donald Trump. If Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
I trust vaccines. I trust scientists, but I don't trust Donald Trump. And at this moment, the American people can't either.
And now you want to mask us because you clearly failed in your effort to get us vaccinated because the totalitarian impulse within you is so strong? Nothing makes sense. This new attempt to mask us at a time when hospitalizations and deaths are almost at an all-time low is laughable. Isn't the goal to keep people from dying of COVID? This new Delta variant is not nearly as lethal, although it is contagious. And this is your excuse for mandating that vaccinated people wear a mask indoors? Yet you don't even monitor people coming in through the southern border. When every time I flew through an airport in New York, I had to put my life's medical history on a form and give it to someone from the National Guard. Look, I was a believer when that genius Fauci said, give us 2 weeks to flatten the curve. The way I figure it, that was 64 weeks ago. This is all by design. Right now, New York has a 3% infection rate. Are you going to start shutting down schools again? You expect parents to send their kids off for 6 hours breathing who knows what from a mask most often made in China? You don't think our children suffer from that alone when they are the least vulnerable? Some people are skeptical because this is an emergency use vaccination. Why not push to accelerate approval for the vaccine? It is sad that you think that we are so stupid that we don't know what you're doing. You are teeing us up for another lockdown no matter what you say, so that when we go into the 2022 election, you can divide this country more than it's divided already by pitting us against each other, pitting us against illegals, pitting us against the government. If we are vaccinated, we still have to wear a mask inside. That's plain stupid. And you say that you're following the science? No, you're not. You're relying on a study from a foreign country that was rejected in a peer review where the vaccine was not available. You've lost us. Even the most loyal people can't stay with you because nothing you say makes sense. Because you defy logic. If you vax, no mask. Now, if we vax, we have to wear a mask and maybe double it inside. What's the point of a vaccine if you have to mask up indoors and inhale whatever's in those masks? And you called us every name in the book. You said that we were the science deniers. We were the granny killers. But in truth, you are the science deniers. You are the granny killers. Democrat governors like Cuomo and Gretchen Whitmer, you intentionally sent COVID-infected patients into nursing homes and lied about it where our most vulnerable seniors were. And now even your mega donors are coming after you. It's well-deserved. And the labor unions, you just can't mandate that labor unions tell their employees that they must mask up. That's an issue for collective bargaining, unless, of course, they're in it with you. But the biggest question of all, what is the end game? If everyone in America is ultimately vaccinated, but the rest of the world is not, do we still have to mask up? And Mr. Biden, by letting in illegals nonstop, 1 million from January to today, and that's an understatement, you are guaranteeing that we will never be free of your totalitarian impulse to control us. And that's my open.